Now, today's top stories and Power of 5 weather from News 5. Sponsored by Akron Children's Hospital.
Good Sunday morning, Northeast Ohio. On this 24th of July, legalized sports betting in Ohio may still just be 5 months away, but we now have a pretty good idea of who the major players will be. It's a list we found out this week that includes some familiar names. To be eligible to take bets on day 1, January 1, applications for licenses needed to be in by July 15th. There are 3 types of licenses in Ohio. Type A is for online sports books, computer, and mobile. As expected, the 2 Jack properties in MGM Northfield Park applied for 3 of the 25 licenses, as did Cleveland's 3 sports teams, each partnering with an online betting company to handle the action.
All of the big guys are there. DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM.
Jeff Zakotny covers the industry for the sports betting website Covers. Online is where most of sports betting is now done.
Depending on where you look, it'll be 80 to 90% of the handle, so the total wagering in a state on any given month.
Still, Type B licenses or brick-and-mortar sports books are equally important, and all the major players in Northeast Ohio applied for them.
We're really excited to debut the Caesar Sportsbook, which is about 10,000 square feet of space.
The Cavaliers giving News 5 a look this day at the area inside the atrium of the Sherwin-Williams Northwest entrance, where their Caesar Sportsbook will be located. An outside entrance will be added for the space, which will be open year-round, not just during events, something they envisioned during the arena's transformation.
We didn't want to be a bunker, right? But we did want to be able to keep a heartbeat, and as we said, coming out of the pandemic, restore the heartbeat of downtown by bringing content, bringing shows, concerts, games, events through our doors. We look at the sportsbook as a very similar opportunity to that.
In addition, the Cavs will have a second sportsbook inside in what was the Overlook Bar near Loudville, open around events and run by their mobile partner Fubo. Meanwhile, up the street at the Jack Casino, they continued their work to get ready for January 1st while getting future customers up to speed on their BetJack app, where people can bet for free using tokens to get a feel for how it will work.
I'd like to think that people are getting some practice rounds in and starting to figure some things out. I don't know about you, but the first time I went up to a craps table, I was terrified. I had no idea how to play the game, and I think for a lot of folks, sports betting is the same way.
Now, when lawmakers wrote the rules for sports betting, they wanted to do 3 things. Make sure that the state's 7 racinos, 4 casinos, and the professional sports teams all got the first crack at the licenses. And that's something when you go to the commission's website, they spell out. These 21 entities get first dibs, so for the 25 Type A licenses, again, these are the online sports betting sites, that leaves only 4, assuming everyone is approved, that are up for grabs. Now, when it comes to Type B licenses, again, the brick-and-mortar sports books, there are 40 licenses, so minus the 21 that get first dibs, that leaves 19 more up for grabs, and that's why we saw some other names pop up, like Spire Institute in Ashtabula, Phantom Fireworks in Mahoning County, but also 2 extra in Cuyahoga County, Harry Buffalo, and another group, an LLC by the name of Ravencrest Partners. Now, with 19 more licenses than you have applicants, you might think those 2 in Cuyahoga County are good, but the number of licenses per county is set by population as well as the number of visitors. So Cuyahoga, Franklin, and Hamilton can have up to 5 locations. Well, in Cleveland, when you add up the ones that get preference, Jack Downtown, Jack Thistledown, the Cavs, Browns, and Guardians, there's your 5. And again, all this is dependent upon licensing approval, which should come from the Casino Control Commission in the next couple of months. All right, let's switch gears. 3 weeks have gone by since we marked the 4th of July and all that was accomplished in 1776. But there is another July date that for historical purpose, I'd like this day to throw in the mix. July 22nd, a short 2 decades later, for that was the day and the spot where we often see freighters that a fellow named Moses, as the story goes, chose us. As the site of the city he would modestly proclaim that would for centuries forward proudly carry his name. For Cleveland, July 22 in this year 22 brings a resounding chorus of happy birthday to you. For it was on this day in the year 1796, Moses Cleveland arrived at the mouth of not the river Styx, but the river Cuyahoga, a Native American word for crooked, and after striking a deal with the natives, he essentially took it. Actually, it wasn't that harsh. His group observed proper etiquette, having purchased the rights to the land from his home state of Connecticut. In the ensuing weeks, however, he was much more than a tourist, mapping out and surveying this so-called Western Reserve, a North Coastal forest. But in plotting the framework for what would become his namesake city, the Connecticut Land Company he was part of decided by committee to replicate something found in New England towns, and that was a common spot where folks could gather around. That 10-acre parcel is still the one we all share, known now as known then as our public square. Since 1888, Moses Cleveland has stood watch over this place, but on the base of his statue, you'll notice the space between the E and the V in his name. There's an A, something not found in the name of our city today. So where did it go to? Well, legend has it the city's first paper is the villain in this caper. For Cleveland with an A wouldn't reportedly fit on the paper's masthead, so the decision was made. The A was the one to omit. True or not, it makes a great story. Not that Moses ever saw it, because for all of the glory he receives now for being our founding father, the truth is he didn't happen to bother to call Cleveland his home, returning instead to the New England coast, where he would live out his days and proudly boast of being the one to get Cleveland started. And the path that he charted is not just a historical notation. We all proudly know it as the best location in the nation. With Democracy 2022, I'm John Kasich. Enjoy your Sunday.
For today, we have another chance for showers and storms, a better opportunity for strong to severe storms, especially in our north and eastern communities. But everyone in the Power 5 viewing area has a risk for some gusty winds and also hail, heavy rain, isolated tornadoes as well, especially as we move into this evening and tonight. Much cooler air will infiltrate in by Monday, drying out, but another round of storms on Wednesday.
Sponsored by Akron Children's Hospital.